guys, Robbie Webster here. This is my July 2011 Blu-ray and DVD update. I think today is August 6th or 7th, something like that. And yeah, I meant to make this about a week ago, but it just didn't happen. I didn't have the time. I hope you guys like the intro at the beginning of this video. That was made by Chris from The Aficionados, and I'll have his link down below. Really cool guy, loves movies, he makes films, and he has a lot of great videos on his channel, so you should definitely check him out. And he obviously did a great job with that animation for my video. I'm going to use that for every DVD update from now on. So I guess let's just get started. First of all, let me silence my phone because I always get a text during these things. And the first one I got, you guys probably saw my unboxing video for this. It's Source Code on Blu-ray, and this stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Michelle Monaghan, and there's the cover right there. This is a pretty good science fiction film. It wasn't the greatest. There were some plot holes in it that I didn't like too much. There's a part at the end that was kind of, basically the whole ending I thought was kind of far-fetched. Obviously the whole premise of the movie is far-fetched. That's kind of the whole point of science fiction. I don't have any problem with that. It's just the ending. I thought of a different ending they could have done, and yeah, I would have rather seen it done like that, but still, this was an entertaining film. I definitely recommend watching it. You should at least rent it or watch it on Netflix or something if you have that. You won't be disappointed. It's very entertaining, good action, good story. It wasn't very original for me because basically like every sci-fi television series like Star Trek, Twilight Zone, like most of them have done an episode, a time loop episode. Some of them have done it multiple times. And so that kind of was like, yeah, it's this again, but maybe people that aren't into those series haven't seen anything like this. And it was done well, so yeah, I recommend it. The next one I got, this one I just watched last night. I had never seen it in theaters. I basically only bought it because it had a shiny slipcover I thought looked nice, and I thought, what the heck, it's worth a try. It's the movie Rio, and this just came out this Tuesday, and there's the cover. And it was pretty good. I thought it was funny. There's some stuff about it that I was like, why did they put that in there? That maybe I wouldn't want my kids to see, just a little bit of the racy dancing when there's a couple parts where different guys just rip off their clothes and they have like a Speedo and a tank top underneath, and they start doing this dancing that you would expect to see like some woman doing in a club or something. It was just really outrageous. I was like, yeah, I don't think I would want my kids to see that. When I don't have kids, by the way, but when I do have kids. Yeah, but the one thing I was wondering about is I cannot remember anywhere in the film where the bird is wearing a scarf, a hat, and earmuffs. And even if he was, basically the whole point of the story is the main bird Blue, was captured, and he ended up going to America, and he fell off the truck that he was on, and the little girl found him. So he lived in Minnesota. So I can see him wearing that stuff there, but this picture he's already in Rio. So if he's used to the cold weather, why would he have this on in the warmer environment? It just makes no sense. But it is a cartoon. I just don't remember in the film. If somebody could set me straight if I'm wrong, but I don't remember him ever wearing that, so I don't know why it's on the cover. And Tracy Morgan plays the voice of the dog, the pit bull, or the bulldog. I don't know anything about dogs, but I liked him. I thought his character was really funny. He's only in it for a little bit, but it was very funny. He reminded me of the Tracy Jordan character from 30 Rock, the way he was talking and everything. The next thing I got, I already own all of this series on DVD, but I do want to get it on Blu-ray. Right now, my wife and I are actually watching it because she's never seen it, and I've never watched the ending of it. I've never watched the last season, so I'm waiting till her and I catch up, and then I'll finally be able to watch the last season. But it's Lost Season 4 on Blu-ray, and this is the only Blu-ray I have of the whole series. I want to get them all, but I bought this because I saw it for $12.99 at FYE, which I thought was a steal because all of the DVD sets that I bought cost over $20. I think the first season I paid $18 for, but all the rest were $20. So there's the cover. And J.J. Abrams releases, I don't know if he has anything to do with it, but it seems like everything he puts out has like really good packaging, and this is no exception. It has the interior artwork like that I love, and it has 4 discs, which is actually it has 5 discs, which is very cool. Looking forward to checking out the special features. I don't know if they're any different than on the DVDs, but I won't be watching that until right now. My wife and I are on season 3, I believe, and once we're done with season 3, then we'll move on to the Blu-ray, and hopefully I'll get season 5 on Blu-ray too. The next one I just watched this a few nights ago, and then I saw it for $9 at Walmart, so I picked it up. So added in. Actually, I bought this in Walmart today. I watched it a couple days ago. So it's the. Can you hear my? I don't know if you can hear my cat, but she's outside the door. She hears me talking, and she wants to come in here and be pet, so she's meowing. But anyways, it's the movie Sleepers, starring Kevin Bacon, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, Jason Patric, and Brad Pitt. And I thought this was a really good movie. I don't know if this doesn't have the highest rating on Netflix. It had like a 3-star rating, but I don't trust those ratings anymore because I really like this. I thought it was well done. Here's the cover right there. I wish they would have made a different cover for the Blu-ray release, because I just feel like all this is just the names of the actors, and like it doesn't show that much about the movie. It shows one important thing right there, which I won't say anything about. But basically, it's about these. I think it's 4 kids. 4 friends. They get into some trouble and their kids, and they get sent to. Basically, it's like a juvenile detention center, but it's like a school too. So I don't know how those things work. So that might be how it is. But they end up getting abused while they're in this detention center by Kevin Bacon's character, who is just a real dirtbag in this film. And you'll hate him too once you see what he does. And basically, the movie, the first half of the movie is about like their whole experience, like them being kids and then getting sent to the detention center. Then the second half of the movie, it shifts to them as they're completely grown up. It shows how the abuse affected their lives, and then it's about them basically trying to get back at the people that hurt them and that did all this stuff to them. And Robert De Niro's character is really good in this. He plays a priest who is like, he used to be like a bad guy, like he used to do bad stuff and be in the mafia or something, I think. And he helps out the kids when they're younger, and he stays friends with them through their lives. And I thought his character was the best character in the film. And I definitely recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. I'm glad that I watched it. The next one I got, this is another Clint Eastwood film, because I'm trying to watch all of the Clint Eastwood films that I haven't seen. And I bought this like 3 or 4 months ago, and it's been sitting there, and I finally got around to watching it. It's Hang 'Em High on Blu-ray, and I thought this was pretty good. It wasn't anywhere close to the Sergio Leone Dollars trilogy, but it's a good Western. It's about this guy who is falsely accused of murdering a man and stealing his cattle, and basically a lynch mob takes him and strings him up. But a sheriff's I think it's a deputy or a marshal. I can't remember. Yeah, it's a marshal. Finds him and cuts him down, and he ends up still being alive. He survives the hanging. So then the movie is about him going out. It's kind of similar to Sleepers in that way, the revenge aspect. He goes out and tries to catch the people who he becomes a marshal, and he tries to catch the people that strung him up to try to kill him. And that's basically what the movie's about. And I thought this was a little longer than it needed to be, but sometimes Westerns are like that, especially the older ones. But I definitely enjoyed it, and it's only like $10 at Walmart, and it comes in a 2-disc set. It has the DVD and the Blu-ray, so that's kind of cool. I enjoyed it, and it's not in the recycled case, the eco-friendly case, which is nice. The next one I got is also a brand new release. It came out like a week and a half ago, and it's not in an eco-friendly case, which is cool, but it doesn't have any interior artwork, which is disappointing. And I didn't ever hear of this film. I guess it was a British release. But I bought it just because it has one of my favorite actors in it, Clive Owen, and it's the movie Trust. And this movie, here's the cover right there. This movie is, first of all, Clive Owen's acting is phenomenal in this. He played the part perfectly, I thought. He was like the star of the whole film. He was like the best. He wasn't the main focus of the movie, but he was the best thing in the movie, I thought. And then Catherine Kinnear plays his wife, and then I guess her name is, I think it's Liana Liberato. It says introducing, so this is her first film. with a major role, I guess. She plays his daughter. I think she's supposed to be 13 in the film, or maybe 15. I can't remember. But she basically gets a computer for her birthday, and she starts going into chat rooms, talking with her friends, and a man posing as a younger guy, like a young guy, like maybe 15, 16 years old, starts talking to her and helping her out with like volleyball. They're giving her tips about volleyball, and she starts talking to him. And then eventually it turns into like almost a relationship, and then he tells her that he's older than he said he was. He's like actually 18 or something like that. And then it ends up a second time he tells him that he's actually 25. And then he tells her that he wants to meet her and all this stuff, and they end up meeting, and some messed up stuff happens. There's parts of this film that are really tough to watch. They don't actually show. I think you know where I'm going with this, but they don't show that. But you just kind of get the impression. There's a part where Clive Owen is at his job, and he's just imagining what it would have been like to see that, and I just couldn't imagine thinking like if something like that happened to your daughter. But it's just crazy. But I recommend this film. It was well done. It had good acting all around. All of the actors in this did a very good job, especially Clive Owen. Definitely recommend this film. And one of the selling points for me was Roger Ebert said it's one of the year's best films, and he's not one of those guys that sells his name out to people. Like, there's a lot of critics that you can tell they just post like, oh, best film of the year, or this is a great action film, on like the crappiest piece of crap movie, just because you know that they cut him a check. And Ebert, you can trust Ebert in that way. He doesn't do that. He doesn't need to. The next one I got is a Sergio Leone film, which was very, very good. It's Once Upon a Time in the West, and some people actually said that this is their favorite Sergio Leone film. I disagree. I still think The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is better. Actually, I prefer any of the three of the Dollars trilogy over this, but this is still awesome. Awesome film. Awesome Western. I think most people have probably seen this. I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. And I already had this. You guys know I have a big stack of movies that I need to watch. I've had it. Some of the movies that are in there have been in there for almost 2 years now, and I just haven't got to them. This one has been in there for a while. It's the same thing, Once Upon a Time in the West. And I just happened to bought the Blu-ray, and then I was going through that, and I realized, oh, I already had it on DVD too. So now I can add both of them since I watched it into the collection. I like to keep everything. I don't like to sell stuff unless it's a double. I either sell it or give it away, or if it's something that I really don't need, I'll sometimes just give it away. But the next movie I got, I really like this movie. I thought it's a drama, but it's really funny. It's a Martin Scorsese film, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, starring Chris Christopherson and Ellen Burstyn, I think that's her name. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with names. But this is a really good movie. It looks like a big romance movie, like a chick flick. It's totally not a chick flick. It's hilarious. She is like the funniest character. The way that she talks to her son is just so funny. It's basically about this woman who, she's a housewife, and her husband he's not abusive, but he's not like as loving as he probably should be, and he's very cold to his wife and his son. And he drives a truck for Coca-Cola. He ends up, in the very beginning of the movie, he gets in an accident and is killed. So the movie's basically about how she survives. She's basically going across the country, going to the place where she grew up. She wants to raise her son there, and it's just about her journey there. And she used to be a singer before she got married, so that's how she's earning money, is she's singing in bars and stuff. And it's very, very funny. So many funny characters in this movie, especially in the last place that she goes when she works as a waitress. The other waitresses are hilarious. Both of them. I love this movie. I'm so glad that I bought it. Definitely recommend it. The next one I got, this is a World War II film, which is just totally star-studded, and I really liked it. It's A Bridge Too Far, and I want to get this on Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure it's out on Blu-ray, but I haven't seen it in any of my local stores, so I'll have to look online. But I've had this sitting in the pile for a while, so I decided to watch it. And I'll start naming off the actors. I know I won't be able to remember all of them without reading it. James Caan, Michael Caine, Sean Connery, Gene Hackman, Anthony Hopkins, Laurence Olivier, Ryan O'Neal, Robert Redford. I mean, the list goes on. There's like more people in here. I can't believe, like, Robert Redford's in the movie for like 10 minutes. His character's totally awesome, but like this movie's really good. It's about the Operation Market Garden, which is a military operation in World War II where they the paratroopers went in to, where was it? Why am I not remembering? Let me see if it says on here. I should know this. I don't know. Let's just not say it. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm not going to say anything. But they basically have to capture these several bridges, if that's the whole point of the mission, so that they can set up a supply line. Because their troops are basically kicking the Germans' butts at this point in time, but they're slowing down because they can't get supplies to their troops fast enough. So they want to capture these bridges, and the title "A Bridge Too Far" comes from the fact that the final bridge they had to capture was just like one bridge too many. It was like really tough battle, but this was really well done. There's a lot of great details in this. They did a lot. You can tell they spent a lot of money on this film. The whole parachuting, like in Band of Brothers, most of the parachutes were CGI, and yeah, that's a big undertaking in itself. But in this one, I'm pretty sure they use real parachutes. They probably use dummies on a lot of the parachutes, but they freaking dropped like hundreds of parachutes. It's crazy. So I definitely recommend this too. I don't have anything in this update that I didn't like. Everything I got this month I totally loved. The next one I got, this is a Criterion collection because I'm trying to start my own Criterion collection. I only have right now like 6 films, and a couple of them still have to be shown. They're not going to be in this update because I haven't watched them yet. But this one is the Royal Tenenbaums, and I really like this. I think that the edition is awesome. If I'll take the DVD out, it has some cool artwork on it. And this is a really star-studded movie too. It's a Wes Anderson film. I really like his movies. And this has Anthony Hopkins Gene Hackman. It's not Dan. I said the wrong name. Gene Hackman, Ben Stiller. I'm just looking at the pictures of their faces. Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Bill Murray, Danny Glover, and it's just totally star-studded. It's narrated by Alec Baldwin, and I was like, man, that voice sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure it's Alec Baldwin, but they didn't say his name in the credits. And then at the end, they say narrated by Alec Baldwin. I thought this was totally hilarious. It's about this family that I'm trying to remember the whole story. They lived. Basically, they're all a family, obviously. And Gene Hackman's married to, what's her name? Why am I not thinking of her name? Angelica Houston. And they have all these kids, and the one girl is adopted. What's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow. She's adopted, and it's just, I'm not even going to try to explain it because I'm having trouble remembering the whole plot, but I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. Every actor in this is funny, especially, I like my favorite parts in the movie are the parts with Gene Hackman and Ben Stiller's 2 sons. When they are together, it's so funny. But I definitely recommend this film. The next one I got is actually something really cool. I watched it. I didn't get to listen to the whole thing because I put it on mute because I turned it on we had people over to the house and I put it on just to have something on in the background. But I did see the part that I'm in. I actually was contacted by this company that makes documentaries about amusement parks, and they were making, I think they're called, what's it called? I should probably know this. Theme Parkology. So you can go to themeparkology.com, I believe, or themeparkology.org and see their stuff. But they were making one about Universal Studios, and they saw my Universal Studios videos, and they wanted to use the videos I made of the Lucille Ball Museum, which is inside Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. And so they put a segment of that, maybe like a 30-second clip that I filmed in that, and I got my name in the credits, which is really cool. So here's the cover right here, and I think you can buy this from them if you go to their website, but I'm not 100% sure if it's actually been officially released yet. But he sent it to me, and I think it's really good. They did a good job with the cover and everything, and they have interviews from one of the ride engineers, Bob Gurr, on it. So yeah, this is interesting. If you're interested in like amusement parks and stuff like that, or the history of Universal Studios, I recommend checking this out. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost yet because I kind of think that it hasn't been officially released yet. But the next one I got, this is a movie that I've always really liked. It was actually the first Alfred Hitchcock film that I ever saw, It's the Lady Vanishes. I ordered it off of eBay, and when it came to me, this DVD, it's kind of really poorly done. You can tell it's just put together by a really kind of a crappy company. So I was disappointed with it. I already had the film. I have this Alfred Hitchcock collection right here, which is like a cheap $5 thing, and it has like a ton of films on like a few discs, and it's done by Mill Creek, and you know they do cheaper stuff, and the quality just isn't that great. So this is the same quality as that, so I thought this would be better, but it's not. So I went out and I was trying to find a better quality, and I ended up buying the best quality that's available. I got the Lady Vanishes on the Criterion Collection DVD, which is absolutely awesome. I love all their releases. There's the inside. So that's just one more to add into my collection. This is actually spine number 3, which is cool. So now I have spine number 1 and spine number 3, and then the other ones I have are all in the hundreds, I think. Next one I got, this is a Coen Brothers film, which I really liked. I thought I've never watched this just because the cover makes it look like a total chick flick, but it's not. It's a really good comedy starring Catherine Zeta-Jones and George Clooney. It's Intolerable Cruelty, and it's about George Clooney's character is a divorce lawyer, and he's like the best one in the country or in the world or whatever. And Catherine Zeta-Jones is like this woman that basically goes around she's trying to find a guy that she can marry and then catch him doing something wrong so she can divorce him and take half his money. That's basically what she does. And it's just really funny, the interactions between the two of them, and it kind of has a romance aspect to it. Oh, well, it definitely has a romance aspect to it, but it's not a chick flick at all. I wouldn't say at all. Most of the movie is just really funny stuff, and you know the Coen Brothers make good films. Really witty humor, so I like that. The next one I got is another Alfred Hitchcock film. This is considered by some people to be his best film, but it's not my absolute favorite, but I thought it was really good. It's Rebecca. And this actually won Best Picture in 1940, and I think what's the name of the actress again? Joanne Fontaine, and Laurence Olivier is in this too. But Joanne Fontaine, I can't remember if she won Best Actress for this. I don't think she did. Oh, you know what? She didn't win it for this. She was in the next movie I'm going to talk about. I'll just show this. It won Best Picture in 1940. Very good movie. Totally awesome Alfred Hitchcock film. The next one I got is another Alfred Hitchcock film with Joanne Fontaine and Cary Grant. It's Suspicion. Actually, Joanne Fontaine was nominated for Best Actress for this in 1940, and then the year later in 1941 she actually won. And I kind of feel like they gave it to her in this year. I don't know who she was up against, but I think they probably gave it to her because of she did such an amazing job in that movie, and she didn't win it. Actually, her sister won. I'm getting all this information from a buddy of mine at work. He's an older guy. He's like in his 50s, and he knows everything about movies. He's always telling me about good movies. So it's totally cool. He actually reminds me a lot of my friend Ryan Chataway, except he's a lot older. But the last one I got is actually the first one that I watched this month. It's another Alfred Hitchcock film. One of his films, his early film. Not really early, but it's 1940. Foreign Correspondent, starring Joel McCrea, Lorraine Day. Yeah, really cool movie. It's in black and white. It's about a guy during World War II who's a foreign correspondent. He's an American. He goes over to France, I think. I could be wrong. And he basically uncovers this conspiracy over there, and it's really well done. Great thriller, just like all of his films. So there's the cover, just in case I forgot to show it. Sorry if it feels like I'm rushing through this. I wanted to make it a little shorter so that everybody sees everything, because everything I watched this month was just fantastic. Like, I liked everything, which is unusual. Like, the worst one, I would say out of the things that I watched, the two worst were Rio and Source Code, and I still liked them. Like, I still really liked them. I thought they were very entertaining. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my July DVD and Blu-ray update, and very shortly I'm going to be doing another overview of my collection, because I usually do it every year. I know I'm late this year. I'm like a month and a half late when I usually do it, because it's just been the most busiest summer of my life, basically. And that's kind of crazy, because last summer was pretty busy. I got engaged, but this summer's still busier. Yeah, just some awesome stuff coming up. So I'm going to do the overview, and I'm also going to do a contest, which is a very easy contest to enter. It's not going to be anything complicated at all. It's just a very simple contest, and I just have to figure out exactly what I'm giving as a prize. But it's going to be something good that everybody will want. That's what I want it to be. It'll probably only be one prize this time. And then also there's probably going to be a general update coming up, because there's a lot of stuff going on that I haven't had a chance to tell everybody about. Some interesting stuff. Also, I'm going to talk more about the New York City trips, which I'm really excited about. And there's also possibly going to be another trip coming up before the end of the year, which is kind of crazy. It kind of makes me feel overwhelmed, but I have to take advantage of the opportunity. So it's going to be really, really cool rest of the year. And then it'll be the holidays. And then after that, next year, we have another trip planned. We're just not 100% sure if we're going to be able to do it or not. We might have to push it back till next fall. But thanks, guys, for watching. I really appreciate all the views that you guys give me, all the comments. If you're watching this video and you just watch the video and don't comment, please don't do that. Please just give me a comment and say, hey, I love your videos, or just say, tell me anything. You can tell me I'm ugly. I just want to know who's watching. I enjoy hearing from people that enjoy my videos, and just making new friendships and new relationships. It's really cool. I met a lot of good friends on here. All you gotta do is comment. You never know. We might be good friends. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry for stammering on for so long. I'll see you guys in the next video.